Kathryn Rooney Vera. Kathryn, let me ask you about this, too. The bond rotation. First, I'm heartbroken when you look at the market going up and so few American investors really participating in it. But what's wrong if we get rotation? I want to see money come out of bonds into stocks. What would that mean?
Net flows are always positive. If they're coming out of bonds, they're looking for higher yield in equities. The problem here, Charles, if you have rates going higher on U.S. Treasury yields, then that takes away the earnings yield premium of equities, enticing those flows back into Treasury markets. So the real threat here, I think, is higher taxes, higher inflation, massive spending, inflation going higher, the Fed hiking rates. And if the Fed is forced to hike rates, that's a drag on the economic activity, economic recovery, and that will pull down equity markets.
Okay. All right. Great explanation, David. I think you've been part of this Tina crowd, right? There's no alternative. Do you want to see this continue, the sort of rotation, maybe in an orderly pedestrian pace, nonetheless, maybe money coming out of bonds into stocks?
Yeah, absolutely, Charles. And you used the right word, orderly, right? It's all about the pace and the quickness of what this happens. If rates continue to steadily climb and investors choose to rotate into equities, that's fantastic. Look, it's simple supply and demand. That's great for capital markets. But I think bonds, to me, are dead. The interest rate story over the next decade seems to be going higher. That can bode very poorly for bond investors.
Kathryn, I saw a headline this morning, I almost fell out my chair. It said that there's some movement on the global minimum tax. I can't believe any nation in their right mind would lower their taxes to, increase their taxes to accommodate the Biden administration. Could it really happen? You understand the world better than I do.
The funny thing, Charles, here is that economic policy of the Biden administration depends on other countries increasing their tax rates. So I think this is unlikely to happen. And even if certain countries do acquiesce for whatever reason and increase their taxes, taking away their own competitive advantage, which is totally illogical, the more likely than not, the game theory and logic dictates that they're going to find a way to incentivize flows to their country. I found it so comical when Treasury Secretary Yellen said that this would incentivize countries to play ball. This is not an incentive. This is a massive penalty. This is castigating countries by increasing their tax burden and disincentivizing investment flows to their own countries. It's not going to happen.
I thought that was a crazy headline. All right, let's leave it there. Fantastic information, both of you. I really appreciate it. David, Kathryn, thank you both very much. If you have a risotto recipe, email it to me. I like to check them out and compare.
Sounds good.
All right.